So about a month ago, I got a really good night's sleep. Since then, not so much. But last night I just gave up on trying to sleep. So about 1 a.m. I just went back to Netflix and I watched all of The Bodyguard. Oh, Bodyguard, just Bodyguard. It's a terrific BBC Netflix series, just 6 parts to it. Really good. Finally ended at 3:40 a.m. Turned it off, tossed and turned until 5 a.m. when I got to talk to my new sponsor. So we're going to work the... Bloody hell, what is this idiot doing? Jesus Christ, am I the only one who knows how to drive around here? Bloody hell. And I got the patience of a saint. Okay? Well, these drivers, okay, get going, do not stop, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, so 5 a.m. got a new sponsor, and we're working the Joe McHugh book, The Steps We Took. So that's a real classic of 12-step recovery. So let's get energized. I'm an expert because I spent my 20s in bed, basically. So basically 6 years from February 1988 till about February 1994. I probably averaged 15 hours a day in bed. And I had what was called chronic fatigue syndrome. Like a really wimpy name, right? You want something like, chronic agony syndrome, or, near-death syndrome, or, no, this is the worst thing ever syndrome. Like, chronic fatigue syndrome just sounds so gay. But anyway, what pulled me out of it was Nardil, N-A-R-D-I-L. It's one of those drugs that they use when nothing else works. Like, it's been around forever, and gives you a real sweet tooth. It reduces inhibitions, and I gotta say, the moment I took it, like within hours, I started feeling better. I know psychiatrists will say that's all in my head, but I swear, within hours of taking it in something like November 1993, started feeling better. I think I went to synagogue with a friend at that Shabbos morning. That was the first time I took it, and then my life just started steadily getting better. It gave me a sweet tooth, so I went from I was about 6 foot and weighed about 125 pounds, and within 4 months I was up to 180 pounds, which I've been pretty much ever since. The last few weeks I've gotten it down under 170. Yes, for me. So Nardil was fantastic. It took me from being essentially bedridden 18, 20 hours a day to essentially leading a normal life. Over the years, though, I've still struggled with the residues of chronic fatigue syndrome. So just off the top of my head, these are some things that have helped me. Human connection, like figuring out which people energize me and which people drain me. That's been huge. I was really isolated. You can buy modafinil online. There's places like rxshop.md, and if your shipment gets seized by customs, then they'll just ship it to you again for free. No, it's not legal, but there's no punishment for it. So there's no downside. So if I got like a real legal prescription for it, I didn't have health insurance at the time, and I went to the pharmacy, and it was like $16 a pill. I can buy it from India for $1.50 a pill. rxshop.md, that's right. So great product, great website. They don't sell all prescription drugs, just a certain category. Just say that your doctor prescribed it because you suffer from sleep apnea. Like, you have to put in a description, and they might even call you to make sure that there are no interferences. So yeah, it's India, but it's a fantastic place. Been using it for like 6 years. Changed my life. I started using modafinil in, I think, June of 2013, and boom, just woo, life changed dramatically. I bought like 4 pills for $16 each. Okay, so I could know what the real thing felt like. And then I bought a bunch of pills from India, and there was no essential difference in the effect. So of course I was concerned about using an Indian pharmacy and what's the crap that they put in there, but I've used this Indian pharmacy for 6 years and it's been great. Or maybe I use it, right? It's illegal, so. I hear people who use that pharmacy and have had good results. I mean, me, I'm a law-abiding citizen, Squire. I would never do anything, Your Honor, that goes against the laws of this great country of ours. But I know people who've used rxshop.md for their modafinil, and for many, 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 many years, reported very, very good results. The occasional shipment gets seized by customs, and then you just take a photo of the customs seizure slip and send it to RX Shop, and they send you a new order at no charge. So modafinil, boom. So prior to modafinil, at the end of my workday, 5 p.m., I was pretty much buggered for any meaningful mental work. I was just kind of worn down. That was it. I remember I started taking modafinil. Workday ended at 5 p.m. I then sat down and wrote an essay for the New York Observer. Like I could go till 8 p.m. I was like wide awake and alive during the day, and on all my downtime at work, I just started reading Steve Saylor's website, and thanks to modafinil, it got me through all the archives of Steve Saylor's website. Then I read all the archives of American Renaissance website while I was at work during downtimes, and just expanded my range of being mentally sharp from, say, 4 to 6 hours a day to 10 to 14 hours a day. And it gives you a thirst for learning. You want to read, you want to study when you're on modafinil. And it also distracts you from eating, so you tend to lose weight. It also gives you a feeling of mild euphoria, so it makes you happy. There are no significant negative side effects. This medication has been around for decades. The most significant negative side effect is you get smelly urine. Okay? It doesn't negatively affect your sleep as long as you take it first thing in the morning. Just fantastic medication. Makes you happier, slimmer, more mentally energized. You're just dying to read and to learn. You can see the difference in my blogging. If you look at the archives of my blogging, say early 2013, there's just a tremendous amount of me mooning about my feelings. And then suddenly in June of 2013, my blog starts changing to more data-focused, outside world-focused. Like it took a month before I'd let my readers know that I was reading Steve Saylor so closely. But eventually I just gave in to the dark side and just got out of the closet as a Steve Saylor lover. Okay, what else has helped my energy levels? Yeah, human connection, figure out which people energize me. I was like isolated, alone, depressed. Started reaching out to women in particular who'd come up and visit me. Female human connection, yeah. That really energized me. Yeah, that turned me on. Yeah, that got me excited. Yeah, I love growing Jewishly with these Jewish women. Yeah, love studying Torah with these Jewish women. Yeah. Woo! 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 That got me excited. That got me energized. That got me out of bed, got me into bed, and then out of bed. And she offered her honor. I honored her offer, and all night I was honoring an offer. Okay, energized. I wasn't always a complete gentleman, I have to admit. Like I tried to be Shomer Nagia, not touch the opposite sex, but that didn't last long, and so I was like off to the races. And as I was spending all day in bed, it just made sense, right, to have women to spend time in bed with me. Okay, but also I needed God, religion, like meaning. So yeah, I wasn't a very good convert to Judaism. Converted to Judaism in 1993, so I had some problems with the sins of the flesh. I prayed to God to grant me chastity, but not yet. But I also needed God, religion, Torah, like that inspiration, that vision, that transcendence. So I both needed like my animal energy and that divine energy, the Gashmias and the Ruknias. Okay, I think the Gashmias refers to like this worldly pleasure. Ruknias refers to otherworldly pleasure in Judaism. Okay, what else is giving me energy? Traditional Chinese medicine, such as acupuncture, that helped. Alexander Technique lessons, big help. Within 3 months of my daily Alexander Technique teacher training, I was able to drop all my psychiatric medications of lithium, clonidine, and clonopam. I also went off Nardil in 1999, I think, without ill effect. It just got me out of that very deep rut where nothing else was helping. Okay, so friends, community, human connection, that was really important to my recovery, for getting more energy. Alkaline water, like, yeah, fine, send me all the articles you want how alkaline water is absolutely useless. Okay, I challenge you, drink a liter of alkaline water even 3 hours before you go to bed, so you're still going to urinate it all out of your system. You won't sleep very well. Alkaline water is seriously energizing. I don't care what any newspapers, doctors say. Alkaline water, whoa! It's like, whoa! It's like, whoa, 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 whoa! Seriously energizing. Okay? Also, bee pollen. Like Nature Bee, I think it's a New Zealand company, that bee pollen. I once accidentally took it at night, could not sleep. Take it first thing in the morning, whoa! I'm talking, whoa, 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 whoa! It's like, whoa! Bee pollen. That bee pollen, I'd forgotten the name for potentiated bee pollen. Whoa! Man, that really helps with the energy levels. Also, kefir, K-E-F-I-R. Woo! Really helps with the energy levels. I'm talking, woo, woo, woo! I mean, yeah! I think it's also alkaline. Really helps with the energy levels. Don't drink it at night, you won't sleep. I mean, because it's seriously energizing. Eggs, I also find energizing, fills you up without too many calories. Eggs I find really good for like energy. Time release B complex capsules, I found that helps with energy. I find a gram of magnesium at night helps with sleep, muscle relaxation, and then if I can ever get a decent night's sleep, it's like, whoa, the next day is just fantastic. Like sleep, it just makes such a huge difference. If I can leave my CPAP on most of the night, all night, that really helps. If I don't leave my CPAP on, I've got moderate sleep apnea, I wake up with a headache. I'm not getting like good quality oxygen at night, so if you snore, you've got sleep apnea. Even if you don't snore, you may very well have sleep apnea because the shape of your face changes as you ages, and so like fat deposits in the back of your throat prevent you from breathing properly when you're sleeping. So getting an overnight sleep test, that has helped. Okay, what else has been good for energy? Having a sponsor. Like having a sponsor and doing that serious spiritual 12-step work, the accountability, coming to grips with yourself. So you're not wasting so much energy running around in circles and engaging in self-defeating behavior, living in needless drama, antagonizing other people needlessly. Wow, 12-step work really freed me up, so I was not running around in circles, gave me a feeling of inner peace, just gliding through life, much more energized. Clarity I find tremendously energizing. So tracking my time, how I spend my time, tracking my money, where I spend my money, what I earn, the clarity of these two practices. Woo! Energizing. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Tracking money, tracking time, energizing. Goals pages, setting goals for all areas of my life, writing them down, being specific, setting benchmarks for achievement, rewarding myself as I hit those benchmarks. Goals pages, specificity, clarity, tremendously energizing. Woo! Big time. Action partner, have a daily action partner that I can check in with, even if it's just via text or 5 minutes on the phone. But again, it has to be someone who's energizing, not energy depleting. A lot of people in 12-step programs are still crazy, depressed, resentful, angry. Don't have them in your life. If you're taking like outreach calls and you find the person negative, depressed, wanting to dwell in the problem rather than in the solution, keep it short and then keep them out of your life. Stick with the winners. So stick with people who energize you. Find places, practices, music that's energizing. Woo! Like, the morning's the rudder of the day. Don't allow anything negative into your morning if you can possibly help it. Avoid the news in the morning, okay? 12-step meetings, phone meetings, 12-step lectures, talks, inspiring music, whatever puts you at your best. Keep like the first 2-3 hours of the morning like clean. Morning's the rudder of the day. Keep the negativity out of your morning. Give you the strength, the power, the direction to move through your day. So I find that very helpful. 12-step meetings. Again, some 12-step meetings are depleting. Particularly early on in my 12-step journey, I found conflict very depleting. It just made me feel very unsafe and anxious. So now, as I'm further along in my 12-step journey, I can just look at conflict and see how people handle it and just understand it and analyze it and get clarity from it, and it's not nearly as threatening. And but still, often I'll be on a 12-step phone meeting and people are just starting being nasty for each other, and I will just turn it off and go back to the recorded talks because those are safe. I know what the content is. So I have a lot of different talks on my phone that give me energy, and they're safe. I can go to them again and again and again for the inspiration, the energy, the clarity, put things in focus, perspective, put first things first. Yeah, putting first things first, tremendously energizing. So doing what's important but not urgent, okay? We're always going to do stuff that's urgent and important, and we're going to tend to do stuff that's urgent and not important. What we don't spend enough time on is doing stuff that is important but not urgent. So this is from Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Successful People, right? But do things that are important but not urgent. That's probably the one area where we can all improve the most, because we spend way too much time on stuff that is urgent but not important. Limiting how often I check my phone and check my email. I don't really want to check my email first thing in the morning. I generally wait 2.5-3 hours before checking my email in the morning, particularly because there could be like some really nasty email in there, and I just don't need that negativity. I don't need negative, depleting people in my life, so I just avoid them. Thanks for letting me share. Bye-bye. Woo!